Okay, it looks like I'm going. Okay, let's see. Select stream, refresh. That's me. All chat, live chat. Copy that. I'm gonna broadcast it because why not? Why not, right? I'm a real person. Okay, there we go. There's that one. I'm gonna minimize that. Keep that up. Go back to the game. Back to the game at hand, right? Okay, what do I got in my hand? Not a lot. Let's see. More torches would be nice. 2 stacks. Yes, you can have the 5. Okay. Redstone, cobblestone. We're good to go, I think. Okay, let's see. We're streaming. Excellent. Oh yeah, let me do the chat, right? Yes, chat. I am indeed here. You should say something out loud, or you should type something, and I'll eventually get to you. Okay. Da-da-da. Bam, 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 bam. Bam! Bow, chicka, wow, wow. Okay. So let's just real quick look at the train station in Minecraft. In Minecraft. Because where am I making the train station? In Minecraft. Yes. Yes. Here, sleep. This is an adult show. Today I have a a wire because for some reason my battery didn't charge, so I need to hard plug into the power source. Okay, the thing I did here is I just had to change that from a repeater to a torch in order to flip the signal, so it would be aligned. So now when I hit this one, the track is gonna send me up to the first one, right? That's because that's where it's at, right there. Cha-ching. And then I hit the next one, that switches, and it's gonna send me this way, around the bend, and then to this one. Ba-ba! So clever, isn't that clever, man? When I learned how that worked, that it just amazed me. I learned that from Ken from K1 Gaming on YouTube. Like, I don't know. I just think it's neat. All right. I'm sure if you watch other guys build stuff, you can learn stuff too. But uh, or girls too, or whoever, right? You know, whoever. I'm not a. Ooh, you can get rid of that. Ha 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 ha! It still works. Leonard Nimoy in Civ 4 says, designer knows. Was it a designer, an engineer, a sculptor? Somebody knows a design is finished not when there's nothing more to add, but when there's nothing more to take away. Oh, like my neighbors, right? I got neighbors, but it's 7:42 p.m. It's not too late. It's not too late. I'm not too loud. I'm talking to myself mainly, right? Well, I'm talking to a wall. What I should do is, if I were a really good neighbor, I would buy like those foam egg thingies and put it on the wall here, so that you know. But that costs a lot of money, man. And then I have to take down. Yeah, it would be a bunch of work. I mean, I should do it. Don't be a dick. Well, yeah, right. You know. I live in an apartment, man. Yeah, don't be a dick. Come on. Well, all right. Well, I gotta figure out how to do that because I can't buy it on Amazon, right? Amazon being Jeff Bezos, Bezos being evil, billionaires being evil. Billionaires are evil. And like someone will point out, well, what about Taylor Swift? Well, yeah, she's a billionaire, but also she works damn hard. She works really hard. She like because she's the product. So she has to like, right? So yeah, still billionaire, right? But she's more like a company. Like yeah, but that's like the understanding that she is more like a company and less like a I don't know. I guess you can make the same argument for every billionaire. I shouldn't make excuses for Taylor Swift. So, oh yeah, what was I doing? This stuff up here. Um, so yeah, more of those Jeffrey Epstein files have been coming out, and well, not more of them, but they're out there. It's out there, right? You can download the files if you want and look through them yourself, because that's pretty much what people are doing. They're just like they downloaded the file and then there's a lot of them, so they're just like going through them. Control F. It's like I don't know, right? So Representative Ted Lieu had a statement that I think is pretty important because like I saw it and I flagged it and I don't know if anyone else cared, but here, look, listen.
So why are Republicans so interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton? It's because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times. Mm-hmm. In those files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. So I encourage the press to go look at these allegations, and I'm highly disturbed that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong.
So let's slow down there, right? Like, so he's a Democrat. He's a representative, a congressman in the House. And he's asking the press to go investigate this. That's kind of weird. Yeah. Right? Don't you think that's weird? Why is a congressman asking for the press to investigate? And then you realize, oh, that's because the Justice Department is totally corrupt. Well, not totally corrupt, but it's been captured by criminals. Right? Donald Trump is like the criminal, right? He's the bad guy in the Epstein files. He's the president. He's the one who picked the attorney general who leads the Department of Justice. So he made sure the attorney general he picked was very, very loyal to him. Not to the law, not to the Constitution, not to the United States. No. That attorney general needed to be loyal to Donald Trump to make sure that the Department of Justice protected and attacked for Donald Trump, protected Donald Trump and attacked his enemies. Like so he picked an attorney general who was loyal to him, who would do just that. You know that other guy he's talking about, who he just mentioned, Todd Blanche? He's an attorney general for the United States. Okay, that's a pretty big law job, right? You know what his job was before attorney general? He was Donald Trump's personal lawyer. So the guy's lawyer, he picked the mob boss picked his personal lawyer to run the department or like be a attorney general, like. And this attorney general is gonna just said, oh, it's not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Like contrast him, right? Contrast Donald Trump and Todd Blanche. Like Donald Trump rapes children, and Deputy or Attorney General Todd Blanche says it's not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Then you compare him to the Polish president, Donald Tusk. That's his name, Donald Tusk. Donald Tusk says, I'm going to protect Polish children. Oh, we heard that you raped Polish children? We're gonna come find you. I'm gonna open an investigation into all the contacts that this Jeffrey Epstein had and hunt them down. Ah, holy shit! Big difference, huh? Yeah, because one guy represents his country, and the other guy is a criminal. So let's keep. So Todd Blanche is Donald Trump's personal lawyer, and now he's been made Attorney General. Okay.
Yesterday, he said essentially that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties, and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yes, you're guilty, because patronizing is part of the law, the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Todd Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including Donald Trump. He needs to read the law and investigate these people. He also needs to resign, not only for not knowing the law, but a massive, not only screw up, but the biggest privacy violation in history. They release a lot of pictures of minors unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for what they did. The one thing that they could not do under this law was to invade the privacy of these women now who were girls at the time who were victims of sex trafficking. Also, he met with Ghislaine Maxwell, moved her to a minimum security prison, and then got a puppy for her. So for all those reasons, he's just got to leave the Department of Justice.
Ghislaine Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell, or whatever her name is, she was Epstein's associate. She helped get girls and groom them to be sex slaves, and she was in prison, right? But Donald, and all these Epstein files are coming out, and she's saying, well, and Donald Trump is saying, well, none of this is real. This is all a Democratic hoax. So Ghislaine Maxwell's like, oh, if it's all a hoax, then I need to be out of prison. So Donald Trump sent his personal lawyer, Attorney General Todd Blanche, to go have a talk with her. And then she got moved to a minimum security prison, like a super cush prison, and got a puppy apparently. So and that's to buy her silence, right? Because she knows she knows everything. She was Epstein's confidant, or not even like partner, dude. Like she and Epstein worked together to groom young girls to be sex slaves. What do you want me to tell you, dude? Like, of course, obviously. So in order to keep her quiet, Donald Trump had moved her to a minimum security prison and did all sorts of great things to keep her quiet, to keep her like comfortable and complacent. So here, like, you think, like, have you seen any of the pictures? This is from the Epstein files. This is homeboy, like, with his arm around a young girl in a bikini, and we know that these girls were. It wasn't just like Uncle Epstein or anything. He turned these girls into sex slaves. Jeffrey Epstein. So here's another part of the from somebody regarding Jeffrey Epstein. This is from the Epstein files. Edward, this is sensitive, so it will be the first and last email depending on your discretion. You can choose to take it or trash it, but this comes from a person that has been there and seen it all, as a former staff at the Zorro. The material below was taken from Jeffrey Epstein's home as my insurance in case of future litigation against Epstein. Sorry, no questions. What's damning about Jeffrey Epstein is yet to be written. Did you know somewhere in the hills outside of Zorro, 2 foreign girls were buried on orders of Jeffrey and Madame G. Ghislaine Maxwell? Both died by strangulation during rough fetish sex. So they strangled them to death during sex. Here are the video footage of Jeffrey Epstein. Link, truncated, 13 minutes, 57 seconds. Sex video with minor. Link 2, 27 minutes, threesomes. Link 3, 12 minutes, threesomes. Link 4, 19 minutes, underage girl. Link 5, 7 minutes, underage girl. Link 6, 23 minutes, underage girl. Rape fantasy video. Link 7, 15 minutes, girl from Bay Area suicide attempt. Confession to Madam G, audio. Please arrange for 1 Bitcoin by 6 p.m. to this wallet. Oh, damn, dude. Oh, well, so, okay, I don't know if it included the video or not. Or if they're offering to sell it. I don't know. Maybe they're offering to sell it. I don't know, right? I don't know. Like, does that mean that those videos exist? And I'm sure something does, right? Because we already know, I mean, like, we know from other stuff that Putin and Epstein were in contact, and that Epstein gave Putin dirt on Trump right before the Helsinki meeting in 2018. So we keep talking about a P video, and it's like way worse. Yeah, Donald Trump says, oh, we should just move on from this, from the Epstein files. Gee, I wonder why he would say that. Okay, this is from a court order. I forget why. Defendants DHS, Secretary Noam, ICE, Acting Director Lyons, and their agents are enjoined from inspecting, viewing, using, copying, distributing, relying on, or otherwise acting upon any returned information that has been obtained from or disclosed by the IRS. Okay, so you know how ICE has been going after people people going through the legal process of becoming like legally in this country, how they apply for asylum, how they have like special work releases and things like that, various legal things. There are people going through the process, right? They're in the system. They're paying taxes. They don't get any return back, but they pay taxes. And the ICE and DHS has been plundering the databases of the IRS to find where these people are working, where they are, and then go get them and arrest them and deport them. And they're working, right? That's how come they're in the IRS database. So it's not like they're like not doing anything. They're working. They're paying taxes. They don't get anything back. They're just paying taxes into it and get nothing back because they're not here legally. So ICE goes out and finds them and has been using the database to do that. So finally they got sued, and finally the court said, no, you can't do that. You can't be using IRS data to go after these people. But it took an entire court order to do it. Like, the ICE is just a fucking secret police. They're a Gestapo. They just go, they're like relentless with their hunt. They're like inquisitors. That's a perfect way of putting it. They are inquisitors. They're doing ethnic well, I mean, it's an ethnic cleansing campaign is what it is. So like, it's not about crime, right? Because these people aren't committing crimes; they're paying taxes. It's not about like freeloading because they're literally working and paying taxes into a system that they're never going to benefit from, right? and the IRS is going out, and it's not so it's not about crime. The only thing left is like white supremacy. That's the only thing left. Why else would they be doing this? And of course it's white supremacy. That's what they told us they were going to do it for. We knew that that's what they were about. Of course. The Republicans are the reincarnation of the Confederacy. Okay. So yeah, ICE was using. So that was a court order today. Here's from the Cato Institute, an image from the Cato Institute, a study. They concluded that immigrants contribute about 7 times more than they pull back out. So when they look at it, they go, spending on immigrants does not cause government deficits. Tax revenue and government spending allocations, immigrants versus the U.S. born 1994 to 2023. So, taxes paid by immigrants are the dark part, and taxes paid by U.S. born are all up here. Okay, spending, all the light blue is spending on U.S. born, and all the dark is the spending on immigrants. So needs-based is at the very bottom, old age is in the middle, and then all other spending is at the top. And you see that line is way smaller, about half of what they contribute. Just in taxes. Right. But the labor, is really good. Their labor is great. So it's doing us an economic disservice to be going after these people, many of whom are going through the process of becoming legal and are already paying into the system while not taking anything back out, and also while committing crime at a lower rate than native-born people. The only explanation for removing these people from the country is white supremacy, ethnic cleansing. It's the only reason. Immigrants are not the cause of the housing shortage. Immigrants are not the cause of crime. In fact, crime's at a all-time low. It's been trending downwards for like 20 years. They're not a drain on the system. They contribute more than they take, by far, at least twice as much. And that's from the Cato Institute, which is a right-leaning research group. So the American thing to do is to reject the Trump administration, the Trump regime. The Trump regime, by nature, is anti-American. The whole thing. It's white supremacist. It's the Confederacy. The Confederacy is the group of people that tries to destroy the United States, tries to destroy democracy, tries to destroy equal rights, tries to destroy freedom. We already know them. Okay, I should pull up another slide. Hold on. You know what? Isn't that dumb what it looks like? I gotta fix that. Resource packs. It's one of these. It's this thing. Yep. Oh, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. Ooh, a whole stack. Nice. Okay. Yeah, listen to me roar, right? We're in a crazy time. So like for a while, it felt like we had a bunch of momentum on our side. Through like the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Prati, really like galvanized the base or galvanized the people to resist fascism. And the regime blinked and it was afraid. And then Chuck Schumer and Jeffries, I forget his, Hakeem Jeffries, swooped in and gave away all of that momentum. They swooped in because the Dems had a lot of leverage with the shutdown of the government, and the leaders swooped in. Jeffries and Schumer swooped in to split the bill and save the Republicans from the shutdown. And they basically took away the Democrats' leverage. And they dissipated the momentum that was built up because of the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Prati. Or Preti, I don't know how they said his name. I've never heard it. I should go back and get those powered rails. So I'm pretty angry at Schumer. I thought for a moment he was gonna like do some crazy chess maneuver, but he didn't. He failed. He just gave away all our leverage for nothing. For nothing. Pretty angry. Again. Again. Like, I think those leaders, well, I mean, they're both more for Israel than they are for the United States. And I say that because Israel has a kind of system that the regime is moving the United States towards. The United States, the regime, the white supremacists, would love to have an apartheid state like Israel. They would love it. They would love it. Both the United States and Israel are settler colonial projects of settler colonialism. Like, try to understand what does it mean to be a settler, and what is settler colonialism? Like, colonialism is like literally when you take over the land from someone else, and then you colonize it with your own people. You settle people there to colonize it. That's the United States, right? European colonialists planted settlements and drove out the natives. When they wanted more land, they sent out the military to kill the native population, and then they sent settlers to settle the land, the newly cleared land. Settler colonialism. That's what Israel is doing right now to Gaza. Right? They're doing ethnic cleansing and genocide to clear out the Palestinians from their land, so that if the Israelis can plant and build their stuff and plant settlers. I didn't understand it. For me, as an American, even as traveled as I was, I didn't even fucking make that connection for the longest time. It took a woman from the UAE to like just talk to me. and like I worked out how bad the Israelis were, because she identified as Palestinian. So Like, so she would talk to me about how bad it was that how bad the Israelis were to the Palestinians, and therefore her. And I was like, yeah, I totally understand how that's bad, and then she started talking about how the settlers attack the people there, and I'm like, oh yeah, those settlers are evil people. Those settlers are evil people. And then I started thinking about, well, wait a minute. How did I get here? And then, oh my God, how did I get here then? And I'm like, oh, settlers are evil people, and I'm a settler. Holy shit. That messed with me, right? I mean, so you guys gotta so if you don't know this already, you gotta understand that America and Israel are the same thing. They're settler colonial projects. They're a mirror of each other. They're a mirror of each other. They could be great, or they could be absolute terrors. The same way the European Americans ethnically cleansed and genocided the Native Americans off their land so they can take the land is the same thing that the Israelis are doing to the Palestinians. What happens in Israel will eventually happen here. And you can see it, right? Now we have secret police that go door to door. They use their weapons freely and hide their identities. They kill without repercussion. They have impunity. The state has impunity. I mean, the court system is trying to fight back and maintain its independence from the regime that wants to take over everything, because the regime already took over Congress as far as the Republicans have knelt before Zod, knelt before the Republicans, all the senators except Massey and Ron Paul. All of them have knelt before Donald Trump and given him their power. Donald Trump is he literally took away Congress's power. Tariffs, that's Congress's deal, not the president. But Donald Trump took that power, and Republicans won't stop him. Donald Trump just refused to give out money that was already allocated. Congress is the one that has the power of the purse. It allocates funds, and the executive doesn't have a decision on whether or not those funds go out. The executive's job is to execute the law, which is to hand out those funds. And Donald Trump took those funds and said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fucking give these people any money because of whatever reason. Like in Maine, he's like, I'm not going to give Maine any money. I'm just gonna. You have a trans person over there. I'm gonna, unless you crucify that trans person, I'm gonna withhold money. And Maine, thank God, Maine was like, no, fuck off, Donald Trump. But yeah, Donald Trump has seized a lot of power, and then the Supreme Court doesn't. The Roberts Court just gave away their power. For 2 years they just let Donald Trump do whatever the fuck he wanted. They gave him immunity. Holy shit, dudes. You gave him immunity. John Roberts is going to go down as one of the worst Supreme Court justice in history if we survive this. John Roberts is going to be synonymous with failure. Oh, you did a John Roberts! Oh! Look at you! Oh shit! Oh! What a John Roberts! Oh! A super serious fuck up is a John Roberts. my poor neighbors, dude. It's like 8 something. Sorry. Like my neighbors, dude. I invite you neighbors, join into my chat. Join in. Jump on into my stream, dude. We'll have a conversation. That'd be fun. They'll log on and be like, "Hey, we're your neighbors. Shut the fuck up. You're so loud." Oh, sorry. Yeah. All right, what am I doing here? I was supposed to be working on my train station, and I totally forgot. I was supposed to go back and get the powered rails, and I forgot. I got no powered rails. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Like, this time in this moment in history is like really profound. This time right now is like amazingly important. Like it's like the culmination of a lot of threads, and this moment will decide whether or not we we crash and burn, or we rise up as and evolve into the next form. Because we can't go back to the old way of barbarism, of violence and hate and division, like, and of concentration of power and wealth, where the strong persecute the weak. Like, we can't go back to that. Because that's what they represent. They represent a regression. Their whole shit is regressive. Everything they do is regressive. Okay, a powered rail. So I need gold. The gold that I've been cooking. And then sticks. I need wood for sticks. Bam, bam, bam. Yes, yes, I'm loud. I'm sorry. Ooh, that's a lot. Hey. That burned almost all my gold. Dude. Okay. What other thing do I got? Let's see. Bitcoin's crashing. Yes. I have no interest in, or no financial anything with Bitcoin, right? I'm not a Bitcoin guy. But I recognize that a lot of Bitcoin is really popular with the right wing. No, and they're losing their asses right now. And good. Bitcoin is only good for crime. That's it, just for crime. That's the only reason to have Bitcoin. I guess there could be arguments made for sending funds to people who live under repressive regimes. But that's not what it's being used for. It's being used for crime. Let's see. So, good, right? Okay. It should work now. Oh, I don't have a reset button. I need to make the reset. Okay. Yes, now I remember. Now I remember. Stone. No, no stone. Any stone. No stone. I have to go back to make one specific kind of rail. I'm almost ready for my maiden launch. My maiden launch. Stone. Plate. Rail. Detector rail. Come on, where's the detector rail? I thought it was with the stone plate. A pressure plate. How do you make a rail? Alright, detector rail is like that. And then, oh, redstone. Detector rail. Still not here. Come on. Like, am I on crack? Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. What else is going on? Oh yeah, here I can go reach over there. I have more like pictures of Jeffrey Epstein and some pretty bad stuff. Picture of Donald Trump. Oh wait, that's the unredacted one. Sorry. So a guy named Quad Carl found this picture in the files. So that's Jeffrey Epstein doing something to someone who's tied up. Like maybe they're having fun. I don't know, but then you like, why would you give that kind of benefit of the doubt to Jeffrey Epstein? I need a lot more repeaters. Oh, what's this one? No idea.
But if the president prevails in this lawsuit, he's going to be able to pocket that money. My question is...
Oh, yeah. So Donald Trump is suing the IRS for $10 billion. So who would defend the IRS in this case? That would be the Department of Justice. Why, the Department of Justice, Pam Bondi leads the Department of Justice, and Pam Bondi is not independent of Donald Trump. She's his employee. How can she defend the IRS from Donald Trump when her boss can tell her to stand down? Right? So Donald Trump is just going to give himself. And where does that money come from? The U.S. Treasury. Where does the U.S. Treasury get that money from? Taxpayers. So Donald Trump is going to pay himself $10 billion from the U.S. taxpayers because he can. And so you think, well, wait a minute, we have like a government, and that's wouldn't the Secretary of the Treasury stop Donald Trump from paying himself $10 billion out of the Treasury? You would think, right? He'd have something to say about that. If your job is to like steward the taxpayers' money, it would be a bad job if you would of protecting the taxpayers' money if you just let the president write himself a $10 billion check out of the Treasury. Right? You'd think that. But the problem is, guess who picked the Secretary of the Treasury? Donald Trump. So guess who the Secretary of the Treasury works for? Donald Trump. So here is a congressperson asking the Secretary of Treasury what they're going to do when Donald Trump asks him to pay him to write out a $10 billion check out of the Treasury to Donald Trump. Listen.
But if the president prevails in this lawsuit, he's going to be able to pocket that money. My question is the president, has anyone in the president's office talked to you about this lawsuit in any regard?
They have not, and the president has said he will donate the proceeds to charity. You may have missed that.
So no.
Yeah, what kind of charity? A Trump charity. Ah! I'm gonna take this $10 billion in my right hand and put it into my left hand. We're good, right? Oh man, how dumb do they think we are? They think we're pretty dumb.
No one at all has discussed this to you whatsoever.
No, sir. And the president said he will.
Have you received? I didn't ask any more questions. Have you
proceeds.
received any advice from Treasury's legal division about how to handle this potential conflict?
This is a Justice Department matter. They represent Treasury in it.
Have someone from
So, you ever see The Matrix, where Neo bends and then dodges a bullet? That's what this guy's doing. Like an agent. There was a direct question. Has anyone at the Treasury advised you on how to like do this matter? And what because it's gonna come to him. And what he said was, "Oh, it's not up to me. It's up to the Department of Justice." He just dodged the question. He won't even answer it. He doesn't. So we don't know if someone talked to him about it or not because he won't answer.
Department of Justice actually come and talk to you, saying that this is their purview?
This is a Justice Department matter. They represent Treasury in it.
Have someone from the Department of Justice actually come and talk to you, saying that this is their purview and you need to stay out of it, or who has discussed to you what is your role in this?
So the dude said, was asked, so has anyone at the Treasury talked to you about how you're going to handle this when Donald Trump asks you to write him out a $10 billion check? And he said, well, it's not up to me. It's up to the Treasury. It's up to the Department of Justice. And now the congressman said, oh, really? Because that's new. Has anyone from the Department of Justice come to you and told you, don't do nothing because this is up to us? Has anyone told you that yet? And watch him dodge. So that's the question.
General Counsel, who's sitting behind me, has told me that it is a Justice Department matter.
So his lawyer told him that, not the Department of Justice. His lawyer told him to say that.
Justice Department defends Treasury in matters like this.
Okay,
so he's saying, who told you this? My lawyer told me this.
So has been discussed with you. Do you have any final say at all in the process of this, or is the DOJ just going to instruct you to cut a check and/or settle, and you have no independence to actually make a decision whether or not the president deserves $10 billion?
Again, that is a DOJ matter.
So yes, that's what he's saying. He's saying, yeah, if the DOJ says to do this, I have him as Secretary of Treasury has no agency. Because they all work for Trump, remember? They all work for Trump. He's saying, if my boss tells me to give him a check, I'm going to do it, is what he's saying. A $10 billion check out of the Treasury.
And so the DOJ will entirely make that decision whether or not the president should receive $10 billion. You have no say at all.
Correct.
So you would just have to write the check if you were told to write the check.
Correct.
And you would write the check willingly if you're told by the DOJ to the president.
I will follow the law, Senator.
Okay. I mean, I think for many of us, this is very simple, and I think if this had been happening in any other countries, it would look an absolute, a total shakedown of the American taxpayer. Are you all?
So, what? The way he was so smug about it. I mean, that's what it looks like when you have impunity. Impunity, when you don't fear when you fear no consequences. That guy knows he's not going to suffer any consequences for fleecing the American people to write a $10 billion check out of the American taxpayers' money and give it to Donald Trump. If Donald Trump's employees tell him to do so. So, I mean, that kind of sucks that a Secretary of Treasury is so subservient. But I mean, I guess you got to remember Donald Trump is less of a president, more of a mob boss. Oh yeah, I was supposed to get repeaters. $11? That's not gonna be enough. Oh, I can make more. Okay, repeaters. Okay. 30 should be enough. Wrong way. Yeah. That's crazy. So Donald Trump has made so much money off the presidency. It's ridiculous. His wealth increased a whole bunch, like billions of dollars. His wealth has increased by billions of dollars because he has taken so many bribes. So a timer. Where's the timer? How about like right here? Like right here. One away from it. Okay. Okay. That's gonna put out a signal. So do we want a solid block? Want it down here? Yeah, I do. I do want it down there. I do want it like that. My neighbors hate me. My neighbors hate me. My neighbors hate me. I'm really loud because I'm streaming and talking about politics. Who the fuck cares about politics, right? Am I right? Am I right? I'm right. Of course I'm right. Of course I'm right. Of course. Okay. So this starts a timer. A timer. A timer. 1, 2, 3. Here, where we gonna go with timer, man? Timer, dude. Just go that way. Let's go to the end. Why not? Go to the end. That way we can dig up less stuff. Oh, it's a slab. That must be solid. It must be solid. It must be. Put that in my hand. In my hand. You know, that falling leaf thing that they do now is like, I hate it. Because any motion, like, I'm afraid it's a creeper or something. Like, this is probably entirely too many. It's that one. It's got to come up to there. No, I don't want to. Not there. Let's just do it right here, man. Right there. Make that a solid block. Does it go up? It just doesn't go down. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. Oh wait, no, it needs to be inverted. It needs to be inverted again. Because it has, I don't want it on. I need a double inversion here. Double inversion. Arg. There's a lot of lag, input lag, a lot of input lag, because I'm doing like triple X and to get everything to look good. But like, yeah, that input lag sucks. Terrible, this input lag. There we go. Okay, and last, replace the redstone. And then now, the repeaters. Ha ha ha, and then the delay. Okay. Now to test. We're going to pick the very first one. Ugh, why go so slow there, man? Oh, jump off. Why this? Oh, because this is not powered. Oh, because I chopped it off to do this. Damn it, dude. Well, just replace it with regular rail. Okay. And then, yeah, the timing was like, not at all. It took way too long. What about the last one? Let me try the last one. You know what? I need a way up, like an easy way up. Come on, man. Alright, the last one. Oh man, too long. I mean, I can probably make it easier on myself by moving it to like here probably. Why do this to myself? No. Well, whatever. Okay. Um. Hmm. Oh, I never fixed this one. Okay, I gotta change that real quick. Shall I look up more things to talk about? And they're like, no, shut the fuck up, please. Okay. No. That's not how it works. That's not it. Theoretically, I could just do it here. Oops. So that one is the switch. And this one, you can just change that to a solid block. Change it back to a solid block. It was a solid block before, and I wrecked everything. Ugh. Ooh, that's kind of like a... That's a big push, man. Well, maybe not. I guess it's okay. Okay. You go into a repeater. Right? I don't know. Just goes into... So let me change all this. You go into a repeater. Go into a solid block. Okay. Let's see what that does. Yeah, this no, that yeah, it's this thing here, it gets messed up for some reason. I wonder why. I wonder if I push it back one more it'll change. But like, yeah, going through this part like is funky. Okay, I gotta power this somehow. Lever. Inconspicuous. That thing is way too late to reset. Okay, let's okay. But see, the trick is the first one. There's not even enough time. Oh. Yeah, so like, how do you deal with that? And the way I deal with it is I extend that out longer. Well, let's see how short we can cut it, right? That's all right. Two more. Let's see what that does. forgot to hit the oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Gotta be shorter. Cut it even shorter. Cut it shorter. Now it's getting pretty close. I can cut it shorter. Oh, I forgot to hit the... That's right. See, this is what it is, man. It's a bunch of testing over and over and over again. Trial and error. It's like the worst kind of testing. Oh, it barely made it. That's kind of scary. I don't know, man. That was like scary close. Oh, see, that one worked. Okay, so these work. Now what about the bottom ones, the bottom rows? It didn't work at all. I wonder why. Is it up? Oh, for some reason the redstone's missing. I wonder why. Weird. Oh no! It was too short. So I need to make it a little bit longer. One tick. Let's see if that does it. Maybe two. 2 ticks. Barely made it. Barely made it. Okay. What about the first ones? Ha 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 ha. The second one. Ha 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 ha. It is operational. Fully operational. All I have to do now is connect it. That's it. That's it. I got the whole thing. It works. Any one of these works. any one of them. Ha ha ha! Alright. Well, there. Good. Hot damn. It is complete. This is janky. I should make a better version, better one. But oh, what we need are copper bulbs. That's what I need. Copper bulbs. How would I get copper bulbs? Yeah. That's funny. I got absolutely nobody stopping by this time. At least somebody stopped by the last time, but nobody this time. Why? No one cares, dude. Everyone's watching way more entertaining things than this. You're not entertaining. You barely even talk. Come on now. I talk a lot. That's not the issue. What did I come back here for? What did I come back here for? I don't really know. Now I need to realign this train line. Oh, that's right, copper bulbs. There's 16 of them. All right. Copper bulbs. Let's see, where are they? Right here. You have to turn them on. They don't just like work. You have to turn them on. But they're like a T flip-flop. So you just gotta power them once and they stay on. Like that. It's like a light. It's pretty neat. And you can take a signal off of it too. So I should have it 2 back. If it's just gonna float, right? You know. Back there. That doesn't seem right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so let's move over one more. Can I just stick a redstone torch on it? Like, once? Be like, yo, check it out. No. You need to put a button on it. On each one. Ooh, I can put them in the floor too. What a fun ride. You're like, whoa, what's going on? Well, now I need to make a sheep farm, or a wool farm, so I can, like, decorate the floor. Because this looks terrible. 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 Ah bon. Ah bon. Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Je sais pas. Is that just hard powered? Oh yeah, it is, because of this. Oh, that's why it's red, because it's hard powered. That's ugly. I wonder, can you use these as like... Does it carry a signal? No. No, these rails are unpowered. Interesting. So if a minecart were to come through here, it would fall down, or it would go underneath the thing and then go up there and head back into their into the system, where it goes in there and it travels upwards automatically. Pretty neat system, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna change this real quick. Just gotta reverse it. That shouldn't make any difference. It just makes a little more room. Lol. Still works the same, right? My kitty cat is telling me it's time to go to bed. The reset button is behind here. How's this gonna work, man? You gotta work on that. Like, do you have to have the reset button on that side? Is it a big deal if it's not? Like, because you need a signal into that block there, and that's close to your thing here. What if you go on the other side? Or what if you just change the way your deal worked? I mean, what do you what do you mean my deal, the way my deal works? Let me think. Yeah, let me think. I have the button right here. Oh, then it would come down here. It'd be hanging out in your face, man. You would hate it. You would hate it. You'd be coming down and be like, ah, this thing's sticking right in my face. Because that's what this is kind of like. It's like sticking in my face. I need a way to reset without because if I just put redstone here, it's not going to make it across. Dude. My kitty cat's just staring at me. Mr. Robert, what are you doing? I said, Mr. Dude, I'm working on this thing here. I don't know. No. Ooh, you know what? You can put lights. Yeah, that's a good idea. Put lights here. Oh, my kitty cat is trying to sneak onto my lap. Mr. Dude. No, I'm streaming, Mr. Dude. Oh, I'm gonna fall and die here. Be careful. No, I can come back to this later. I have been streaming for a while. Mr. Dude has a point. It's past my bedtime. I should be going to bed, going to sleep. Well, okay then. I think I'm gonna do that. Alright. Thanks for hanging out. Stop.